Hi everyone, I'm Elias, and today I would like to talk to you about the OpenFn AI Assistant. So here I am in the workflow creation interface in OpenFn, and you can see basically you can navigate now templates. So templates are predefined workflows that you can reuse and create your workflow based off on top of them. Basically, you can have this template that's a DHIS2 to Postgres workflow. You can have these templates that's a DHIS2 tracker. You can have this Gmail to Cloud template. So there are a bunch of templates in the template library. So what I want to talk to you about today is imagine you want to create a workflow and you browse the template, but you that's really interesting you. You can use AI, the OpenFN AI assistant, to assist you in creating your workflow. Basically, what the assistant does is it help you turn your ideas into workflow templates that you can use to create your workflow. So let's dive in. So let me click on this build with AI button. Or if you click on it, you will land in this page. So this is the first time I'm using the AI today. So I'm going to click on get started with the AI assistant. And now I have this interface. So what you see here are all of the previous sessions that I had with the AI assistant. And then here I can now start a new session by typing my message in this chat input here. So I'm going to say, hey, can you help me build my workflow? And very basic and random question like this. And then the message is processing. So the AI assistant will respond in a few. But what I want to tell you about the AI assistant is you will see by its response, it's designed to co-work with you. So it's not going to assume some stuff. It's not going to build a random workflow. It is going to interact with you as much as possible until it has all the details needed to build you a workflow template, and then you decide whether you want to go with that template or you want to drop that session and create another session until you have some really what you want to build. So here it says, I'd be happy to help you build your workflow. To get started, could you please describe what you trying to automate? For example, what systems needs to be connected, what data needs to be moved or transformed, or any specific conditions or schedules that should trigger your workflow. So this is really great. So the assistant is kind of asking us to give it more details. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically tell it my situation and what I want. I'm gonna say, well, I am managing a school in Rwanda, and I have a lot of processes that I do manually, from payments to courses and schedules management. For today, I would love to automate most of these, but for now, maybe let's focus. And let me let me for now just give it this and see how it would react. So let me hit enter and see if the assistant will still ask me more clarification questions. Seems like it. It said, I'd be glad to help you with your school payment automation. Could you share more details about your current payment process? For example, what payment system do you use, where you track student information, and what specific steps you're currently doing manually that you'd like to automate? Well, here, I'm now going to focus on payments and give it more details. I'm going to say, okay, so here is what happened. Every time a parent is paying for their student, they have to initiate the payment using Momo or any other type of mobile payment, then I receive the payment SMS. Then I have to, then the parent sometimes sends a WhatsApp message to let me know that they initiated the payment. So I match the payment with the WhatsApp message I received. Then I use the WhatsApp message I received. Then I record everything in Google Sheet. Let me send that. Amazing. So you see, say, I can help automate this payment tracking workflow. Based on your description, we need to capture mobile payment notifications via SMS, potentially correlate them with WhatsApp message, and then record the payment information in Google Sheet. Let me create a workflow structure for this. And then here it created this workflow. So the workflow is a webhook tree. We process with WhatsApp. We match payments with probably with the SMS, and then we record payment in Google Sheet. So here I want to do a little bit more editing before creating this workflow. It's really looking good for me. What I want to do is I want to say, great, this looks good. I have two things I would like to change. This the nodes names. Can you simplify the node names and make them shorter and simpler, basically? And two, could we use the Momo adapter? And maybe a third step, which is, can we get notified when the matching fails? Please notify by email. Now I'm going to send this and see basically how it's going to handle this. Cool. So it generated my workflow. Here you see it basically now uses MTN Momo. It processes in WhatsApp, matches payments, and then update Google Sheet, etc. So now I have a workflow that's looking really great, and that I think I can use to automate my payments and reception in the school that I manage. And this is looking good for me. Now, what I can do is I can create this workflow. I can click on Control S, and now this workflow is created. It's called School Payment Tracking Automation. And I can see the AI assistant is still rendered here to allow me to keep doing more modifications in this workflow. Basically, what I can do is I can now ask it to add more things, remove more things. I can continue modifying it. Or if I want, I can also, by doing that, I can edit my workflow. And here I could basically like ask the AI assistant to generate some code for me. Basically here I could say the AI assistant, hey, can you help me track my payments using the Momo adapter? And then here, basically the assistant will help me write the necessary job to fill in this step. Let's see what it's gonna give. Right. Yep, and here basically it says, all right, this is a job code that you can use, and I can basically copy this job code if I want and paste it here. I can add my reference ID if I had one, but basically you can see the AI assistant still keeps accompanying me in my automation. I can save this if I want, and I can keep adding more. I can say, what is a reference ID? I can ask more questions related to this, etc. So I can close this, and still I see the AI assistant now for that's helping me to build my workflow is still in here. So the AI assistant switches context, whether I'm building the workflow or I'm inspecting a specific node. The two different instances of the AI assistants are different and they're completely isolated, so that one person can be responsible of building their workflow, the workflow structure, the workflow body, and then another person can use the AI assistant to fill in the required job codes to make the workflow business logic work very well. Okay, so these are all ways that you can use the AI assistant to help you build your automation. All right, so I can keep adding more stuff. I can say, great. Can you also add a failure notification node after when the Momo operation fails. Let's see if the assistant is still able to edit this workflow. So here I'm no longer now in creation mode. I'm currently in edition mode. Okay. Yep, it added this step. I can also myself add my own step. I can work. I can, I can say like notify, notify Momo error, and then here I can change the adapter myself. Okay, I can look for Gmail. Do we have any Gmail here? And then I can change it myself. I can save, and I can also just come here and say, um, can we also do some matching um, in uh, some matching? So we have WhatsApp. Can we also do some matching in some spreadsheet when WhatsApp matching fails? So let's try to see if we can do that. Um, let's see if we can ask it to edit the workflow. I see you want to add a fallback for when WhatsApp matching fails. However, your current workflow already has a structure where the matching payment job connects to update sheet on success and send email. Could you clarify what specific action the spread would like? Yes. The AI system is asking more clarification. So what I want to say is, so basically, when I don't find a WhatsApp message matching my payment, can I also check in my emails? Basically, something like that. So we can ask the assistant whether this is possible. If this is possible, can you add it in? Can you do some stuff for me? And so you express what you want in natural language, and the assistant builds it for you in the canvas. And yeah, and here you see basically what it does is we process the WhatsApp message, we match the payment. If the matching fails, we check emails and then we update the sheet or send failure when that also fails. If the matching succeeds, we update the sheet. So this is nice. This looks like something that's logical, that would work. All right. I can click on Control S to save my workflow. And here, what I want to show you is basically you can click on these different steps to restore your workflow how it was. at that moment. I can see if I'm not satisfied with what the assistant built, I can just, restore the different steps. You see, and the assistant is aware of these restorations. Basically, currently, if I say describe the workflow you see, the assistant will describe this workflow. So let's wait a little bit. It says your workflow now handles the full school payment process. It starts by receiving MTN Momo, then process WhatsApp, update, etc., etc. So now if I restore the workflow at this step, and I say describe now the workflow you see the description will be different because now what's rendered in the canvas is different than what was rendered. It says your current workflow automates school payment in Rwanda. It starts by MTN Momo, but now it doesn't describe the step where we kind of check also in the emails for matching. And I can keep restoring. I can restore from here. What do we have from here? And then maybe from here. Okay, this one is the simplest. And from here, I can say, how about now? And then you will see the assistant will describe this linear workflow. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's say, are you sure? I don't think we handle failures. Can you check again? So you can also use the assistant to review your work, basically to confirm whether one logic has been implemented versus another one, etc. So you're right. I apologize for the confusion. Looking at your current workflow, it doesn't have explicit failure handling path. The workflow has a linear structure: receive payment, process WhatsApp, match payments, etc., etc. All right, and I still say you can still like click on these nodes, edit them, and have your assistant to help you fill in these nodes. All right. And then one last thing is, if you don't want to use the assistant, you can close it here, and you still have it rendering somewhere around here. And you can basically use your workflow the same you want. And if you want to use the assistant, you can click here, and you have your assistant rendering here, and you can keep using it. All right, so this is basically it. I find the AI assistant very helpful. It almost looks like a companion for you, someone or something that's always there, ready to look at your workflow, suggest to you stuff to do, or do the stuff for you. You can interact with it. You can ask it clarification questions on the quality of your workflow. You can ask it questions related to adapters. What is the right adapter for the right step? You can ask it to do a lot of stuff for you, and you can use the breaking points to restore what it generates for you. And if you're not happy, you can close the session and basically create a new one or reopen your closed session. All right, thank you very much. So this is it for this for this demo. I'm so excited to see how you guys gonna use the assistant to automate your workflows. Thank you very much.